cameo today? Come here.
You guys want to walk on your diamond painting?
Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. Today I am here with my first month in review of 2026. So I'm going to be taking you through the diamond paintings I completed in January and giving you some snapshot kind of overview looks at these kits, as well as talking a bit about what I have in mind for February. So if you're interested in seeing past month in reviews, I'll have a playlist linked in the description box of this video, along with links to whichever of these kits are still available, which I think for this month there's only one that hasn't been discontinued. So we'll get there though. For January, in short, I completed 3 diamond paintings and I actually have 0 whips going into the month of February. I finished my 3rd diamond painting of the month on January 31st, so just tied it off with a neat little bow and get to have a true fresh start going into February. It doesn't usually work out like that, but here we go. I also just wanted to mention for those of you that have been around and were wondering if I was planning to do a temperature project this year, the short answer is I still don't know, but probably not. I'm thinking of taking this year off from doing a temperature project, and if I do decide to do one, I'm just going to throw it together and play some catch up. That said, I also wanted to show you my diamond painting bingo card, which this is something new that I started this year. This is definitely not my original idea by any means, but I did come up with all the squares that I wanted for my bingo card myself, so I'll be chatting about which squares we get to check off for January, which there are a few, so great, we're off to a good start. I also will be this year tracking along with how many diamonds I placed. Last year I placed somewhere around 1.5 million diamonds for the year in total, so I thought I'd just kind of see how this year works out. So in the month of January I placed 129,375 diamonds, which last year I averaged between 100 and 150,000 diamonds a month usually. We'll see how this year goes. And then here I have my paper logbook, which something fun that is happening this month is that I finished my logbook. Actually, this is my 2nd logbook, and I filled out the last page that I'm going to be filling out in this logbook. I leave one blank at the end just in case I have anything I want to add, like go back and track some stats or whatever. So that's going to be exciting. In February, I'll be debuting a new paper logbook, my 3rd, and at some point I'll do a flip through of this one and kind of show you what all diamond paintings were represented in this one. But in my paper logbooks, I just like to track diamond paintings as I work on them, and I talk about the stats, things I loved or didn't, and any other kind of random notes like when I purchased the kit. So we'll go through this as well. Now, I'm trying to think if there's anything else really big that happened in January. Well, I guess on the YouTube side of things, I started what is one of my big goals for the year, which I did do a goals video. I'll link that too. But one of my main goals for 2026 is to do more how-tos and tutorials, including potentially refreshing some old ones that I did, when I started on YouTube 5 years ago. So I did the first of those, which was some tips and tricks for mystery kits. I'd like to do at least one a month, which more would be great, but I'm gonna just stick with that because it feels doable. So we'll see what ends up coming out of that for February. I have lots of ideas. You guys have given me some great feedback, and I'm also continuing to be open to feedback. If you have any suggestions or specific things you'd be interested in maybe seeing me do a how-to or tutorial on. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the kits that I finished. Now, this is actually the 2nd kit that I finished this month, and the reason that you're not seeing the first one is because the first one is a mystery kit from Diamond Art Club, and so for those of you that want to avoid spoilers, I want to make sure that I enable you to do so. So if you want to make sure that let me tell you what the kit is. It's the one and only Ivy Dolamore mystery that Diamond Art Club has released up to this point. I believe it's mystery kit number, was it 17? 14. Mystery kit number 14. The theme is fantasy variety and it's by Ivy Dolamore. So if you don't want to have that particular artwork and that kit spoiled for you, I will put a timestamp up on the screen here that you can skip to, where if you skip to it, you should then only be seeing this Munimade kit in front of you because this is the 2nd kit that I completed. But for those of you that want to stick around and see me chat about this mystery kit, I'm going to go ahead and grab it to pull over here. So last chance to click away, and here we go. So this was my first finish for the month, and my first kit that I worked on for 2026. This is also fitting of this theme that I have for the year, which is the Year of Men. It's mostly just a for fun theme. It's not really anything formal, but I really just wanted to work on some kits in my stash that had a little bit more variety from what I have often worked on. And we've been having a lot of kits come out lately that have featured male characters, which is such a nice change. This kit, though, was ahead of its time. It came out, I think, was it in like 2022, 2023? I don't know if I have it written down. I forgot to write down the release date. But it is a little bit of an older kit. It's an older style of mystery kit from Diamond Art Club where the background is all white background with black symbols. Current releases of mystery kits from Diamond Art Club will have different colors of backgrounds to help disguise the image and also help hopefully prevent you getting a headache. This one, though, I didn't mind the strictly white background on the symbols. Basically, all of them had this white background and black symbols on it. I didn't find that this one gave me a headache, and I was sensitive to that with past mysteries I worked on from Diamond Art Club in this style. And it had a lot of color blocking, especially in the top, so that went faster than I expected. It was a nice change. And I really, really love how this turned out. I think the artwork is really stunning and really unique. And watching it come together was really fun. My favorite thing about mystery kits is getting to see the artwork slowly come to life in front of you. If you're able to go into it blind, I know that there's the risk of, well, what if I don't like the artwork? But if you know it's an artist that you like and you are intrigued by the theme, that kind of thing, then it could be worth the risk. I loved that when I started down here in this bottom corner and started working on it, I was discovering the image a little bit at a time. And I thought that was fun and interesting. It's a different kind of challenge for your brain too. So if you're wanting something just a little bit different than your run-of-the-mill diamond painting, a mystery kit can be a really interesting way to kind of stretch your brain a little bit. So this ticked a lot of boxes for me. Now, being a slightly older Diamond Art Club kit, it did have a couple of trash-prone colors, and I think specifically a couple of colors that wanted to clump together, I think because of static, or maybe they hadn't fully cured before they were bagged up. I had written down that specifically like the 310 and the 939, those darker problematic colors were the main culprits. There's some minor gapping. You could see a little bit of it in some of these dark colors. Those white backgrounds, yeah, especially in this curtain, you could see a lot of that gapping. But, it wasn't terrible. I guess it could have been worse, but I definitely still notice it. And they've improved their grids since this kit came out. So it's like it's just an older kit. This also was a weird one in that when I opened up the packaging, the drills had a little bit of an odor. I don't know if it was the packaging or the drills, but I was like, oh, this is kind of a chemically smell. It dissipated pretty quickly and I didn't really notice it after that. But it was something that I noted. Things that I loved, I thought that the rendering was really, really good. I think that his face turned out so well. Love the special drills. They did like a white and a green AB in his hair. There's these like green highlights in here too. A bunch of white AB in the window. There's also this kind of, it almost reads as like a lavender color, but I think it's more of a taupe. And that's in some of these. I think it's like things pinned on the wall. And I thought this render was amazing. This was before they had fairy dust diamonds, so just working with ABs for the most part, and I thought this turned out so well. The artwork itself was a huge draw for me too, though I originally, when this came out, the artwork wasn't necessarily something I was interested in, but it grew on me, and I got the kit in a destash. And I had it in my stash for a few years and kind of forgot exactly what the artwork looked like. So that kind of was the best of both worlds. That meant when I start to work on it, I had the fun of having a mystery kit revealed, but knowing I was going to like it because I decided to get the artwork after all. There's something else. Oh, this also fit within this the Refresh Your Stash challenge that Lisette from Lisette Crafts and Tells is putting on this year. And I liked the idea of kicking off the year with a kit that also worked for that. And digging back into kits that I've had in my stash for a while that I wanted to work through, this fit the bill. So this checked a lot of boxes for me. It was a rainy day stash kit. It fit the Year of Men theme. It fit the Refresh Your Stash challenge. And I was just really excited about it. And that was exactly the kind of foot that I wanted to start off 2026 on. So if you want to hear me talk in even more detail, even though I know I went into a lot just now about this kit, I did a dedicated post review video on this one where I get up close a little bit more and talk even more about it. I will link that post review below if you are interested. So that is this one. If you want to try to track it down, you'll have to check in destash groups, which there are a few on Facebook. There's also, I've seen this one pop up on Mercari and eBay before, so it's not impossible to find, but those mystery kits, they're one and done runs. So alrighty, let's get into the second kit. Welcome back to those of you that skipped ahead to avoid spoilers for the first one. The second kit I completed this month was a cute little snack size kit with a very different color palette than my first finish so that I could mix it up. And this is called Paracutes. It's by Jessica Maltezo is the artist, and the shop is Munimade. This is a really cute snack size kit. It is only 30 by 42 centimeters. It has 29 colors and round diamonds, some really pretty special drills. They have these shimmery diamonds like the white in the hat here and the balloon. And then there's some ABs like the white AB and the constellations. You know what? I'm looking at this and I think that's sparkle. I think that one right there at the bottom right should also be a dark pink color because we have some other pink sparkles where, like this one where it's a little bit more balanced. Uh-oh. There we go. So I might go in and, I don't still have these drills though. Oh well, that's okay. Anyway, this was the cute, this is licensed washi tape. The shop licensed the artwork and inspired washi tape from the artist and sold it. And so I picked that up to use with this one too. I thought it was really cute. This one I ranked a 3 out of 10 for confetti and a 4 out of 10 for enjoyment. And the drill count was around 16,000 diamonds. I just realized I forgot to give you the ranks on these two for my mystery kit. Oh well, it's okay. I think I talked about it in the post review. Anyway, this one also had a dedicated post review video and I talked quite a lot about it. There were honestly more negatives than I care to have normally in diamond paintings that I work on. And based on my experience with that one and reading some of your experiences in the comments, I think you agreed with me for the most part. You guys agreed that this seems like it was more of a fluke, some of the issues that I had, and that it's not scaring me off from buying from Munimade. I've completed a few kits from them, and this is the only one that I've had some of ththese issues on. Those issues included some minor gapping of the diamonds where it was like I could only place like 6 or 7 of them at, I'm sorry, I just did it. Those of you that have kids and just heard me do the 6, 7, I'm so sorry. These diamonds, it was like I placed 6 or 7 of them in a row before then they were too crunched up and I had to try to balance them out. When I got to this was the last corner that I worked on. You could see I got very lazy and I was like, I'm not going to try to center them perfectly. I just am ready to be done. So some minor gapping. Oh, you can really see it like here. Like some gapping in there. There also were a couple of symbols where the drill, I had a hard time covering up the symbol all the way with the diamonds. You could see the symbol wanting to poke out around the edges. It was kind of a big symbol. And I had one of these light pink colors in the background. Was really prone to having these specks on the top, which was kind of frustrating. Again, these are the kinds of things that I don't normally run into with Munimade kits, so they're not deterrents to me. I know I started with the negatives up front, but there actually was a lot that I still did like about this kit. One of my favorite things about Munimade is how they do a hand-rendered kit. And they do these really nice clean and crisp lines. I like the way they do their color transitions. And their special drill charting is really pretty and very much my style. Munimade also has the benefit of having stock of their kits. So if I'm ordering from them, I don't have to wait for a turnaround time that's longer to have it made to order. I just get to place my order and it's usually shipped within a week. And so that is an upside as well. And I also really like Munimade's accessories, which is more just not related to the kits. Maybe I shouldn't say as much. But I will say that as a company, this shop has really high attention to detail and is constantly trying to make improvement. It seems very receptive to customer feedback, all of which are really important things to me and can make or break a company, in my opinion. So I really like how this turned out in spite of the issues that I had with it. Though the issues that I had with it, they affected my enjoyment. That's why I got like a 4 out of 10. Didn't find this to be the really relaxing, cute little quick snack size kit that I was expecting. It took me longer than I expected because of not being able to really multi-place the way that I wanted to, and having to pick around like this light pink color that there's a ton of. I had to pick around so many drills that had specs on the top because I didn't want to put them on the canvas. But the finished product, I'm happy when I look at it, and I think it looks really cute and really pretty, and I like at least the concept of these small snack size kits that Mutamate offers. So anyway, that's Paracutes. That was my second finish of the month and the year. My third one has not had a dedicated post review just yet, but I'm excited to share with you because this was the oldest diamond painting in my collection that I have personally purchased from Diamond Art Club. And this one is called Dream by JoJoesArt. If this artwork looks familiar to you, you're not totally sure why, it's very possible that you're recognizing it from the old Diamond Art Club boxes. For at least a few years before Diamond Art Club got the style of boxes that they have today, they had a different style of box where at the top where the image was wrapped around the kit, it was always the same image for round drill kits and a different image for square drill kits. And this was the one that was on the square drill kit boxes. So it felt like core DAC artwork to me, and I bought this one back in April of 2020, and there was a lot that was interesting about this one. I actually filmed an unboxing clip that will be included in the review video I do for this one, so you can hear my reactions and first impressions, because I have a lot of thoughts about this one from start to finish. I'm going to try to keep it brief here, if I know the meaning of the word somehow, which is just to say that, in short, I'm so glad at the changes that Diamond Art Club has made over the years. I think this one was probably produced in maybe 2019. I would hazard a guess that this box, that mine, when I ordered it, was maybe sitting on the shelf from that like early production run, because there were things like the canvas wasn't wrapped around the diamonds. The canvas was just wrapped around itself in this tight little roll in a bag, and then the pack of diamonds was next to it in the box, and the toolkit was sitting on top, really old style toolkit. This did not come with any stickers or sticker labels, and so that's why, for example, there's no picture of this one in my logbook. I'm gonna have to print one off to add, and I had to take a picture of the legend, print it, and then feed that paper through my sticker maker. So it was a whole thing. So there was that. Really quick, stats, 52 by 63 centimeters, 37 colors, square drills. Started this one on the 21st, finished on the 31st. 8 out of 10 for confetti, 5 out of 10 for enjoyment, bit over 50,000 diamonds in terms of drill count. Now, this kit, Diamond Art Club had a different rendering team. I would be so honestly interested to see this one get a fresh pass with their current rendering team, because I think it would do it so much more justice. I think a lot of the confetti that you can see from far away and up close, the way that they did color transitions, I just think that they would do it in a way that's much more my taste nowadays. I just don't like it that much. I also would like to see this kit with special drills. There are no special drills charted in this kit. That's the other reason I think this must have been an even earlier production run, is because not even any ABs. I did briefly think about adding in my own enhancements, but that is not something I enjoy doing. Even though I even thought through, I was like, oh, maybe some like light blue or white ABs, like in the whiskers, maybe a light orange in the fish. When it came down to it, I was just like, nope. I really don't enjoy the process of guessing and then questioning myself of, does it look right? And if I don't like it, pick it off, put the regular drills down, decide if I like that better. I was not in the headspace to do that on this kit. Now, there was that. There was also the drill quality, which there were a few culprits in this one where these drills were the most acrylic resembling drills that I have seen in a kit. I don't know if they were acrylic or resin, honestly, but at first glance, I thought they were very acrylic-y. And there was this light blue color that was really problematic and fussy. It's hard to tell actually when they're on the canvas, which I'm glad. I like that I can look at the canvas and it doesn't immediately jump out at me which ones, like that they're not starkly different from one another. But they were a little bit fussy to work with. I was, especially in some of the darker colors, I was picking around a lot of trash. 310 has for a very long time been a notoriously trash prone color, and it definitely was in this kit. There was some gapping. You can see a fair amount of gapping in a few different places in this canvas. That was pretty typical of the time. But in all, especially in the context of if you're thinking about in 2019, the number of kits that were offering licensed artwork, and even like companies that weren't using double-sided adhesive, which is a horrible adhesive to work. It's basically like double-sided tape on a canvas. Diamond Art Club was one of the few that was using poured glue. It was one of the few that had licensed artwork, and they were already trying to figure out how can we do this product and approach this really, really well. So when I look at it in the context of when it was released, I have to give it some grace. Like at the time, especially, this was like top tier. But looking at it through the lens of present day, 6-7 years later, I did it again. I swear to you, it's not on purpose. Maybe I've just internalized it. This many years later, obviously, it's really easy for me to point at and pick out all these different things that's like, they wouldn't do these like weird color changes with these lines here. What? There's no special drills, those, drill quality. Sure, like there's lots to critique, but as of that time, 2019, 2020, this was pretty solid. And I'm really glad that they've improved as much as they have. And I wish that they would, maybe relicense this one because it did get discontinued somewhat recently. I would be so happy if they did another pass at this artwork, but they very rarely do that. They've done it like 2 or 3 times ever. So that's okay. But JoJoesArt does have some other artwork available at DAC. He's like, in my mind, a core DAC artist, has been there for a really long time. And heck, had this artwork on their boxes for years. So I was glad to work on this one. It also fit the Refresh Your Stash challenge and was a box on my bingo card. So given that this was the last kit that we worked on this month, I wanted to show which boxes I'm going to be checking off my bingo card. So Year of Men was the free space. I wanted to like pick out a cute pen or cute like sticker or something to put over these spots, but I was having decision paralysis. So maybe in February's month in review, we'll have that. But imagine we're Xing off Year of Men. Yes. A mystery kit. Yes. An oldest kit in my stash. So we're getting to check off 3. Now, technically the Munimade, I'm gonna hold this one of a kit with a cat in the artwork. I'm gonna hold on to that one for now because the cat that was in that piece was more like cutesy and stylized, and I was thinking more of like a traditional cat. So for now, I'm gonna let this one sit. But if I really wanted to, if I get to the end of the year, speaking of cats, black cat fur, and I haven't checked off this box in some other way, I will. But I didn't want to check off too many boxes. I also could check off my rainy day stash kit, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm tempted to be like, each kit can only check 1 box and we can't do more than that. But I don't know. I hope you guys are okay with me holding it kind of loosely. I'm just, the kit with the color pink, it would work for that too. But I kind of maybe want to approach it as a kit can only check 1 box, except for the Year of Men, which is a free space. So stay tuned. I may kind of waffle on that. I also had a lot of you guys actually ask in my goals video where I showed this for the first time, asking, what am I going to do when I get bingos? Like if I make a bingo, am I going to reward myself or celebrate somehow? And it's so funny, until you guys had mentioned that, it had not even crossed my mind. And as soon as you said it, I was like, well, heck yeah, I'd absolutely love to treat myself. I'm on a really tight budget, and so I don't know like realistically what that can look like right now, but I'm going to see if I can think through some like non-monetary ways to treat myself, or like digging into what I have maybe. I'm also curious to hear if you guys have specific thoughts. It could be like if I get a blackout on my bingo card, if I black everything out, maybe I'll do like a live stream on my channel or something. I don't know. But TBD. You could tell the decision paralysis has hit me hard today. I couldn't decide how I wanted to mark these off. I couldn't decide how I'm going to maybe reward myself when I get bingos, but maybe February's month in review, Katie will know more what I'm doing. Now, I thought I would also go ahead and give you guys a look, since we are a few days into February. It's just how my filming schedule fell this month. I wanted to show you my current project that I have worked on for the past few days, a little peek ahead to what's coming in February. So this is Mani, God of the Moon by Chrisabug and Diamond Art Club, and is my first kit for February, and is mainly for the diamond painting event Fairy Tales and Folklore that I'm hosting with my friend Kate from Diamond Painting and Dr. Pepper. It's a brand new diamond painting event. We'd love for you to join us. I'll have the event videos linked below so you can take a look at how it works if you want to join it. It's very, very low key. And it just is celebrating. I really just wanted an excuse to work on some of the Chrisabug mythological character kits that I have in my stash, of which there are too many. So when I was deciding what I wanted to kick off the event with, this artwork immediately came to mind, and I just kept coming back to this one. From the moment I unboxed this kit, I wanted to work on it. I think it's incredible, and may have been one of the first kits that came out last year that was like, finally, we're getting some representation of men in our diamond paintings here. And so that feels very, very fitting. This was a rainy day stash kit, and I'm enjoying working on it. I'm doing these really chunky sections. This is like 15 and a half centimeters tall and like 13 centimeters wide, which is bigger than I often go, but I'm kind of enjoying it actually. But it's a very, very, very confetti heavy kit. There's a ton of little details up close. Like, it's a ton of confetti and color changes, like multiple shades of blue. So that's dog fur. I've got a black cat and a white dog. So no matter what the color palette is, someone's fur is going to be showing up on my kit. Yeah, I'm loving this one. And I'll tell you what has been really interesting is the really stark contrast between working on Dream, which is, several years old, and then working on Mani, which came out 9 months ago. The drills on this one are pristine. The comparison between the 310 in these two kits is insane. I'm able to use my 12 placer, like full 12 drills in a row lines in these areas. It is a breath of fresh air. It's such a relief. The drills are so good. And so, yeah, it's just such a wildly different experience. There's no gapping. The rendering, even though it's so confetti heavy, like the detail is crazy. I'm loving this one. This is going to get ranked pretty high in terms of enjoyment, I'm sure. But yes, this is my first event kit and first kit for February. Fairy Tales and Folklore, I have a lot of other possible kits in mind. It's really tempting to just work on Chrisabug mythological figures all month, but I'm going to try to mix it up a little bit. I kind of want to pull in some kind of kit with Persephone in it. I thought it would be cute to overlap that even with Valentine's Day somehow, so we'll see if that works out. I also am going to really try to dig into some of my small shop kits to see if I have any from my stash there that's really calling my name, just so it's not like a 100% DAC heavy month. But honestly, a lot of the artwork that fits the theme of this event that I really am wanting to work on that's calling my name just happens to be a Diamond Art Club kit. So, if I come back in February and it's all DAC kits, I'm sorry, but I'm really following my heart and my nose on this one for Fairy Tales and Folklore. But I'm excited for the event, and I also, just on the YouTube side of things, I will be trying to do, like I mentioned it earlier in the video, some kind of tutorial or how-to, kind of TBD what that might be. But stay tuned for that. And again, I'm open to suggestions, but also I'm not looking to outsource the work here. It's more just if you have things you want to share, I'm open to it, but it's totally fine if not. So I think that's really about it for my January month in review and my look ahead to February. This is the part where I would love to hear from you in the comments if you're so inclined. I'd love to hear about what January looked like for you. How did this first month of the year go? Do you have any goals or themes for the year that you're working on or really excited about? Any that you've ditched because you're like, I thought I was going to do this and changed my mind. It happens to all of us. It's not a big deal as long as you're working on things that you genuinely enjoy. I feel like that should be the focus. So let me know any plans you have for February. There's a lot of really fun diamond painting events going on every single month. There's a few info hubs out there. I don't really know that any one of them tends to have all of the information, but I'll link the ones that I know of below so you can take a look if you're wanting to see if there's a particular theme or artist-centric event out there that you can participate in. But you're obviously welcome to join us for Fairy Tales and Folklore if that theme happens to speak to you. You guys, thank you so much for watching my first month in review for 2026. I really appreciate it and hope you enjoyed getting a set of mini reviews of my kits. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video. I would really love to have you here. I do all diamond painting all the time. It's unboxings and reviews from a variety of different companies. It is weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting on Monday mornings, and diamond painting how-tos and tutorials. So if that sounds good to you, feel free to subscribe and you can turn on notifications if you want. But either way, thank you for watching today's video. I hope you're doing very, very well. Have a day and a week as wonderful as you are, and I will chat with you again soon. Bye, guys.